Cathie Wood of ARK Investment Management stated in an open letter to the Federal Reserve that the Fed's hardline position against inflation is most likely a mistake. Want to know what the Wood said about the economy? Watch the video till the end, but first, make sure to follow the channel so you can stay updated. Wood wrote, instead of looking at employment and price indices from prior months, Wood suggested that the Fed should be taking lessons from commodity prices, which signal that the most significant economic risk moving forward is deflation rather than inflation. In the letter posted on the company's website, Wood said, "The Fed seemed focused on two metrics that, in our view, are lagging indicators: downstream inflation and employment. Both of these data have been providing contradictory signals, which should be putting into doubt the Fed's unanimous demand for higher interest rates." Woods' comments responded to the firm's decision to raise interest rates. More specifically, the Consumer Price Index and the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index demonstrated that inflation was elevated. The headline Consumer Price Index increased by 0.1% in August and was up 8.3% year over year, while the headline Personal Consumption Expenditures Index increased by 0.3% and was up 6.2%. Both figures were significantly higher after eliminating food and energy costs and experienced significant price reductions throughout the summer. In terms of employment, payroll growth has slowed, but it is still solid, adding 263,000 jobs in September, while the unemployment rate dropped to 3.5%. However, Wood, whose company manages approximately $14.4 billion in client money across a family of active exchange-traded funds (ETFs), stated that declining prices for things such as lumber, copper, and housing are telling a different narrative. Worries over a deflationary bust. It is anticipated that the Federal Reserve will approve a fourth interest rate increase of 0.75 percentage points at its next meeting, which will take place on November 1st and 2nd. The Fed has previously given its blessing to 3 successive rate hikes of the same amount. Unanimous? Really? Wood penned. Could it be that the historic 13-fold increase in interest rates during the last 6 months, potentially 16-fold come November 2nd, has stunned not just the United States, but the rest of the world and heightened the chances of a deflationary bust? Inflation is detrimental to the economy because it drives up the cost of living and reduces consumer spending. In contrast, deflation, the opposite risk, reflects falling demand and is associated with severe economic downturns. Undoubtedly, the Federal Reserve is one of many institutions to have raised interest rates. In September, nearly 40 central banks worldwide increased their benchmark interest rates. Most of the market's reactions to the Federal Reserve's actions were predicated on those expectations. On the other hand, recent statements have suggested that the Federal Reserve may be overstepping its bounds and may be putting the economy at risk of entering an unwarranted recession. Wood said, "Without a doubt, food and energy prices are significant. We do not feel that the Fed should be fighting and exacerbating the global hardship associated with supply shock to agriculture and energy commodities induced by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. After the rate increase implemented in November, it is anticipated that the Fed will implement another rise of 0.5 percentage points in December, followed by a move of 0.25 percentage points sometime in early 2023. According to Morgan Stanley, the market segment known as the overnight indexed swap is priced in 2 rate reductions by the time 2023 comes to a close. Cathie Wood, CEO of ARK Invest, stated on Tuesday that the United States is already experiencing a recession and that she had miscalculated the intensity and permanency of inflation. On Tuesday's Squawk Box episode of CNBC, Wood said that "We think we are in a recession. One of the most significant issues taking place out there is a surge in inventory, the likes of which I have never witnessed during my professional experience. I've been here for 45 years. According to the investor who focuses on innovation, inflation has turned out to be higher than she had anticipated due to supply chain disruptions and geopolitical threats. We were incorrect on one issue, and that was inflation being as prolonged as it has been," said Wood. "We were wrong on that one point. It is hard to believe the supply chain has taken more than 2 years, but given Russia's invasion of Ukraine, it makes sense that we wouldn't have been able to anticipate that coming. Inflation has been a bigger concern, but it has set us up for deflation." Consumer Price Index inflation increased 8.6% in May, from a year earlier, the greatest growth rate since December 1981. According to Wood, consumers are beginning to feel the effects of the swift price increase, which is reflected in sentiment data that has sunk to all-time lows. She referred to the surveys of consumers conducted by the University of Michigan, which revealed a reading of 50 in June. The well-known investor had a difficult year in 2022 since her disruptive technological darlings were among the most significant significant losers in the market this year due to increasing interest rates. Her active fund's flagship ARK Innovation ETF has lost a staggering 52% year to date and 66% of its value from its 52-week high. Despite this, Wood reported that most of her clients continue to work with her and that she is seeing new money come in due to investors looking to diversify their holdings in light of the current market conditions. ARK received more than $180 million in inflows in June. According to Wood, the inflows are taking place due to our clients' diversification away from broad-based indexes like the NASDAQ 100. We are entirely dedicated to game-changing innovation. Innovation is the key to finding solutions to challenges. So this is it for today's video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon, and also like and share the video.